Okay, so we know that valuation when selling anything matters. Now, valuation is just the value, it's the market value of that company or that thing. So we want to figure out what yours is. And so I'm going to give you the 3 F's. Now, these are slightly inappropriate, but I'm going to share them with you anyway. So the thing that drives valuation up: a low risk looking company, a lot of growth, great team, great products, amazing customers, awesome unit economics, great finances, no lawsuits. It's a company that looks clean and that takes that risk-adjusted return and just goes, pew. It's good. It's really good. And so that creates something that I love to call FOMO. That means that buyer is thinking to themselves, well, I'm beyond thinking about risk. Now I'm fearful of missing out, which is what FOMO means. So I don't want to lose this deal and have my competitor get this company. So as you're thinking about build to exit, you're actually marching your company toward a place where it is one where people are afraid to not have it if you're on the market to sell it. Okay, the other F of valuation is called fragility. So you're running a company, the only senior leader. Revenues, they're kind of consistent, but they're not really. Profitability wanes and waxes, and it looks kind of scary. Nothing's consistent. Your bookkeeper's changed 4 times in the last 2 years. You don't have attorneys. You haven't done an audit. Just taxes may have been filed, maybe not. They've been refiled 40 times. Your company has fragility. And that fragility tends to come from if one person leaves or if this company is purchased, it could fall apart for the buyer. And so fragility tends to drive down valuation, right? It may not kill a deal, but it just kind of hairy. So whereas FOMO drives up a deal, accelerates the deal, fragility is on the opposite side of that, which is it slows it down and it lowers the valuation. So there's a terminology which is you're thinking about multiples, you'll get a discounted multiple on that company because of that fragility. One of the companies I looked at, incredible company, it had 4 big customers, no small customers, no mid-sized customers. It had no succession plan. It was one person, a lot of fragility. Again, fragility is the built-in risk that 12 to 18 months from now, this business is worth less than it was when I bought it, okay? Think about it that way. So if you're running your company, what are you thinking about? Better have a succession plan. Better have other people in the company who can actually help me run this thing and who are bringing unique value and unique ability. Better be thinking about the concentration of my customers, my partners, my distribution on my business. Better work with a great attorney and a great accountant, because that's going to come to question when those people are going through acquisitions. I bought a company and the accountant didn't understand FASB rules and didn't understand the rules of accounting for the US. That was fragile. So that was a discounted deal because of the fragility in the business, okay? I still bought it, but it looked more fragile, so you take a discount. Now, this is a nasty, nasty thing in a word, so I'm going to use it. It's called effery. F-K-C-E-R-Y. This is when the company's undergone a lawsuit. This is when the company has a founder who was critical, but there are no documents for that person's agreement. You don't have the legal standing. You don't have anything to represent who they are, where they are, what happened, who owns the intellectual property. This is for the buyer. Again, risk-adjusted return. They're thinking, wow, I could get sued. I might not even own this thing. Are these customers even contracted? What's happening in return? When they start to ask those questions, it doesn't go from a discounted deal to a further discounted deal. It often doesn't happen because it presents such an unknown risk that's not quantifiable, so it cannot be discounted. Again, let me just repeat that. When you have an unknown, unquantifiable risk that cannot be quantified, most deals do not happen, or they happen, but they put all the returns for the seller in the future. So for instance, you might get bought by someone, but they might say, sign me a cash deal. We're actually going to have it be something called an earnout, where you earn all of your money for this sale in the future based on performance and based on the erosion of risk. That is not what you want. You want FOMO. You want to be growing like crazy. You want to have a phenomenal team. You want to have customers who love you. You want to have a product that works. You want to have things that you can control that are in your influence stream. You want to be managing them so that if someone looks at your company from the outside, their risk-adjusted mindset goes in the direction that you want. Okay? So don't be fragile and have none of that efforting, but really be focusing on creating a business everyone wants because it's so valuable and they'd be crazy not to have it.